Of course, fresh off of the heels of my video about how great Starfield is going to be, we get some seemingly very bad news.
We are so excited for our new partnership with AMD on Starfield.
But is it really as bad as most are saying? Well, let's go over the news and take a look at what it all means. Stick around because I'm going to tell you why all hope isn't lost after all and how we might actually be saved from this whole mess. And I'll even give you my personal take on it all as a bonus, a sweet little cherry on top, if you will. So, a few days ago, we got the announcement that AMD will be the official partner of Starfield on both PC and console. Now, on Xbox, of course, this makes sense as it's an AMD-based platform, and that should lead to a better overall experience on the console side of things. However, the PC side is what really has people up in arms about this announcement. See, the majority of PC players don't use AMD cards in their system. In fact, a recent Steam hardware survey taken in May of 2023 revealed that a whopping 76% of users had NVIDIA GPUs, and only 14% of users had AMD cards, with the other 8% or so going to Intel. This means that over 3/4 of all PC players won't get to see the full benefits of this deal. Now, thankfully, we know from this announcement that Starfield will at least be supporting AMD's FSR 2.0 upscaling, which is a huge improvement over their initial offering with FSR 1.0, and thankfully FSR 2.0 can be used by all users regardless of what GPU you're using. The issue here, however, is that even though FSR 2.0 is much improved over 1.0, it still pales in comparison to NVIDIA's DLSS upscaling. And since AMD is the official partner, it seems unlikely that we see DLSS in Starfield at launch. So, players that spent good money, and in some cases I mean good money, on new NVIDIA cards can't use one of the key features of their pricey new GPUs. And that has a lot of gamers pissed off, and rightfully so, since both DLSS 2 and 3 offer huge improvement gains with little to no sacrifices. Why wouldn't you want to use this every chance you get? But all hope is not lost. Firstly, AMD being the official partner of Starfield doesn't mean that the game won't be optimized for NVIDIA cards. We will still get optimized drivers like with any big game release, and we will still get support for NVIDIA over time. So us NVIDIA gamers aren't totally left in the dark here. But even better than that, popular modder PureDark has promised that they will get DLSS 3.0 implemented into the game right away, even claiming to be able to have it done before the early access period is over. And then they will go on to add support for DLSS 2 shortly after. PureDark did this exact same thing for the recently released Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That game ran notoriously horrible on launch, and PureDark's DLSS add-on gave players a hugely needed boost to performance on PC. So it's really good to see that we won't be purely left in the dark here. Okay, that wasn't funny. Now, one thing to note is that from what I've gathered, it seems like PureDark's mods are paywalled behind his Patreon. $5 seems to get you everything, but I would definitely wait and make sure that this all pans out and is working properly before dropping any cash. And of course, this could all be a big much ado about nothing. After all, we don't know for sure that Starfield won't just have native DLSS support at launch, and while it definitely could launch without it, this partnership with AMD may just be mostly a marketing move, meaning that we do actually get DLSS support on launch, it just won't have NVIDIA marketing all over it. But we won't actually know for sure until closer to launch day. Overall, it looks like either way, we will be getting support for DLSS in some form sooner rather than later. And with a game as massive as Starfield, that is definitely a good thing. So, how do I feel about the whole situation? Well, I honestly think it's a bit too early to feel strongly one way or the other, since we don't actually know for sure what Starfield will and won't support on release. Sure, the track record for these types of game deals leans more towards us not seeing DLSS officially supported on release, or maybe even ever, and if that turns out to be the case here also, then that will definitely be a huge bummer for sure, there's no denying that. But we should probably hold off on grabbing the pitchforks until we know for sure how this whole situation's gonna pan out. Alright, that's my take on it. I'm still excited for Starfield regardless. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Starfield content. See you in space.